Bye-bye. We've now made it to Erdene Zuu. The family that was driving brought us here and said, you shouldn't miss this one. This is the remains of the old capital of Mongolia. So we're right now inside the Erdenee Zuu Monastery, and this entire monastery was built in the 1500s, the late 1500s and early 1600s. At one point, there used to be 1,000 monks who lived here, Buddhist monks. This is actually the first seat of Buddhism in the whole country. And that is because this entire area, Kharkhorin, or Kharkhorin as it was called back then, was the first capital of the Genghis Khan Empire, the first ancient capital. And it was really big. This was during the 13th century when Genghis Khan began his rule. And then later on, his successive generations also used this as the capital, until later it was shifted to Beijing. But the entire ancient city is no longer visible. And that is because over time, everything was deconstructed, it fell into rubble, and a lot of that material was actually repurposed and used to build this monastery. The monastery, in a way, stands as a reminder of the ancient capital city. But the problem came during the Soviet era, when during the socialist change, a lot of these monks and Buddhism was purged from here, which means to remove. And that led to this entire place being deserted until the 40s. The rebuilding began then, and now the monastery sort of stays alive in some way. There are still some monks here, there's still some worshipping that happens, but what's impressive is this beautiful architecture.
This monastery is actually inside a huge big complex, and around this complex, the walls, you can see stupas for every few meters once. It's reminding me of the temples we used to see in Myanmar.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. And now the rain is getting more intense, so we should run inside one of the temples.
Hello. Such a big cylindrical gong, and people have walked so much around this that there's a dent on the floor. Look at that. And the weather turned so bad and it got so windy and cold. I found a spot here which was warm. Navneet went all around the monastery and came now. He took nearly half an hour. What did you see?
There were 3 main temples inside and 2 on either side of the whole complex. And this was not actually built at one go. Many of these temples were built over time, but the main one, the biggest one, is the one for Buddha Shakyamuni. That is Buddha at the age of 35. So that is the main idol here. And in each of the other 2 temples also, it is a similar setup. There's the main Buddha statue in the center, accompanied with 2 other Buddha statues on either side, representing a different phase of his life. They have these very beautiful, small idols of Buddha and from the whole Mount Meru story. So you find different personalities, like there is Dakini, there is Yama, the god of death from Hinduism. There's a mix of all these cultures from Hinduism to Buddhism over these centuries that it's actually sitting there and it looks incredible. The only problem is that they don't let us take pictures inside. Otherwise, it would have been so amazing to show to folks back home in India, because you would have never thought that that culture that we know of there every day has come so far away by distance. Very impressive stuff. I definitely like going in there. Shish, you missed it.
Oh.
Alright. Everything in this town looks so impressive. This weather, so beautiful. I mean, it's crazy, but the weather's calming down a bit. But this greenery, the landscapes, everything. What do you think, Shish?
It's cold.
It is cold.
The rain water mixed with the wind, it's freezing now. If it's just raining, it's okay. Or if it's just windy, that's also fine. But both mixed together is...
The rain isn't stopping at all. I wonder if this weather's gonna stay, because this can make hitchhiking across the Trans-Mongolian highways really hard. And now looking to get some lunch at this restaurant. We found one. Again, the food plan flopped, but we just hitchhiked out back towards our gear, and look what we found. More horses in a grassland. You want to walk in the grassland? Yeah. They are running away, brother.
The horses are let free here. It's not tied. Nobody is riding it.
I don't think it belongs to anyone. They're just here. But look at this view. This is incredible.
We made it to the Orkhan River, and this river is right beside a small hill. It's so far away from the road. It's literally very quiet here. There's no noise, and you can just hear the water flowing on the rocks.
It's really nice here, and it's so pristine and green. The only thing that you find here besides pebbles and the greenery, and of course the river, is just horse dung. That's it. There's absolutely nothing else. But they did make a couple of teepees like the one you see there, and then another one on that side for people to come and camp here. So you're allowed to come into the national park and camp, which makes us feel a bit sad.
That we should have also had our own tents or our own overlanding vehicle so we could do the same.
Right here we see somebody with a Land Cruiser with a tent popped up, a very big overlanding rig, and a bunch of random cars with just small tents that they're setting up by the riverside. It's really nice. And this little hill here, it actually continues further into a small mountain range that goes into the Orkhan Valley National Park. So this is where the park actually begins, and it goes up almost 150 or 200 kilometers, and it's a really big park. It's one of the most beautiful parks here in Mongolia.
Yep.
This scenery will remain in our minds forever.
Yeah.
It's really incredible.
And there are also eagles flying. Every now and then we see them fly right above our heads. Sometimes they're so low to the ground.
Yeah, they're there, right there. No, there.
So
Far.
many of them.
Yeah. We also got to see vultures on our way here from Ulaanbaatar. There were two of them just sitting quietly on the side of the highway, about 100 or 200 meters in. I don't know if they had found some meal, but it looked really incredible. I don't think we've ever seen vultures out in the wild that close.
And you see in the far a bunch of tiny white huts. That's where we're staying. So close to the river and the mountain. Little pigeon.
Later I will make a post. Hier findet der Avatar unten.
Oh, look what we have.
Delicious pasta. And we were just walking along the riverside, and then we bumped into a very friendly Mongolian who invited us to have dinner with him and his friends. So they've just set up camp right here, just by the river. The sun is setting, the clouds have cleared, the weather's great, and the food's amazing. Vegetarian pasta. Been a while since we ate some of this. We've just been talking to them for the last hour or so, and they've been telling us about how we can do the rest of the journey, just giving us so many ideas. And then it's been a while since we had one of these while on the road, so we're really enjoying it.
So this is fermented horse milk. It smells like buttermilk. It's very, very sour. Like you have to take little sips at a time. You can't gulp it. It's too strong. It's good to just sip for a long time.
Sunset colors. I've never seen something like that. Amondra is behind the hills. Like this.
Wow.
I think yesterday was full moon night. So today also it will be pretty big and bright.
Round thingy. Kharkhorin. 12 degrees.
Very, very cold.
Bye.